Alright everyone, this is the 1996 BMW 328 IS. It was picked up as a project by my brother, but we're going to try to get it going, and I'm going to try to get it from him. Also, keeping it here at my place. He traded his 2008 328 E90 for a 323 IS that he's working on. So this is just kind of a spare project, nothing special. Got some race car headlights that fit like as. It needs a bath. Paint's a little not faded, but could use a polish. Has some clear coat peeling on the quarter panel and the trunk. Needs new roundels, race car taillights, moldings falling off, which will be replaced by M3 moldings. Inside is just, I don't even know how to describe it. Door panels are off. They're in the back seat actually, back there. I didn't need a little work. Got some crappy seat covers and glove box, I guess whatever that is falling off. It's an auto tragic, but it's okay. Got a hella bougie steering wheel cover, sunroof, motor covers off, sunroof cover, the bottom one's off, headliner sagging. Got this nasty ass tan interior that'll be swapped to black. Manual swap. So all in all, not a bad project. Picked it up pretty cheap. So got it rigged up to it wouldn't idle, but the air intake boot had some rips and holes, and as you'll see it in the video, it needs those, and throttle cable needed a little adjusting. I don't know if that helped, but she's still not idling the best, but it's getting there. It smokes every now and then, so gotta diagnose that. But all in all, not a bad project. Looks good. Coupe, which is what I wanted. So this is what you do to get a car home that doesn't want to idle. You don't want to tow it, so electrical tape on the boot, zip ties to hold everything in place, no hose clamp here. So there's another zip tie down there holding the idle control valve hose in place. So let's take all this apart and see if we can figure out why it's not idling. Alright, we're back on working on this thing, trying to get all this off. And the first thing I'm gonna do is take this. This is how you fix vacuum leaks down here in Georgia. Just shove another tube in it. So, crap. I'm gonna fix that. So the first thing I'm gonna do is take this tube out, because this is how you fix vacuum leaks down here in Georgia, by God. Just put another tube in it. Now this tape job is my work. So first thing I'm gonna do is take this tube out. Maybe it's restricting the flow, and then see if it idles. If not, I'll keep going down the list and see what I come up with. They freaking glued it in. I don't know why. Just trying to stop the vacuum leak, which makes it 10 times more fun for, and I just knocked the camera off. Let's see if we can get the glue separated first, and then we'll pull it out. I don't know what the hell kind of glue they use, but shit. That's what they had in there to fix the vacuum leak. I need to order a new boot ASAP. First I gotta see what else I would need, because I have a suspicion that that's not the only thing that's broken. So we'll just keep going. Okay, I'm gonna put it together and start it up, and this is all that glue that they had on there. So I got the idle control valve out and cleaned it off a little bit, and it seems like it's good. The little mechanism in there moves freely, so I'm assuming and hoping it's good. The hose is a little busted, which I have to order tonight as well. So I'm gonna put this thing back in and see if it'll idle now. Also got a couple different mass airflow sensors and my shipping tape trick, so I'm gonna see if any of that works. So I'm gonna quickly put it together and start it again, see if that did the trick. I'll be right back. Alright, round two. I took out the idle control valve and cleaned it. I think it's in there good. We'll see. Cleaned another different mass airflow sensor. Put it in. So I'm going to go put the battery on and try to fire it up. Alright, so it's idling by itself. I don't know for how long, but I guess we'll see. This is the longest it's idled since I got it, so let's hope this is it. Alright, so I got it idling after swapping mass airflow sensors and letting it just run for a minute, but I did notice that the throttle cable was a little hard to push, or like the throttle was hard to push. And I noticed that the throttle cable right here, can't see it, but it wasn't that loose, but it was pretty loose. So I just kind of wound it back to tighten it up to open the throttle plate just a little bit, because when I clean the idle air control valve, you could start it up and just barely keep your foot on the gas and it would idle. So I tightened up the cable a little bit and she's idling perfect. There's an air filter over there. I do have to put the stock air box on it, and I think that I'll probably take it for a little drive, see how it does. But definitely new boot, new idle air control valve cable or a hose, stock air box. I may just keep that filter on there for a little bit because it's easier to take off to get to some of this stuff. But she's idling. I can still kind of slow to rev up, like it has a misfire, but I can work on that next. But used to, before I adjusted the throttle cable, if I give it gas, it was shut off. But we're good now. So I'm gonna go drive it and we'll see how she does. Alright, so it's idling rock steady. Put it in gear and we're off. Let's see how it does. If I drive it. If it dies, I'll just push it through my apartment. So, but looks like it's driving good. Not bad. It's pretty smooth, quiet. Still kind of feels like it has a misfire, but it's 265,000 miles. I don't know when's the last time somebody had spark plugs or nothing. The guy that had it before me seemed like he took care of it. But the car just needs, TLC. So let's see what happens. I just let off the brake to stop in front of my storage unit here, and it's still running. Put it in park, rev it up. So not bad. But being a German shit box, look here. Yeah. Window regulator time, this piece here that sticks to the glass, and so it goes in the glass. The glass sits in this piece, and then the window clip here slides on it. Well, that fell off, of course. Why would it stay on there? You only need it for the window to go up and down, but that's fine. I'll figure out a way. Another concerning thing is, if you look back here, she smokes a little, so could have some head gasket issue. Alright, so I'm working on that window, and here's the step one of trying to fix it. So watch and learn, kids. Let's do a step 2. Well, I guess this is step 1. Piece of wood, support the glass. Second piece of wood. Of course, it's too short. Why would it, why would it work? But then again, I didn't measure this, or there was no kind of sophisticated measuring or even thinking. So I just, I just got to stop the glass from falling down until a new window regulator comes in. So let me find a spacer for this and I'll be back. So here's the second part of the sophisticated window regulator holder inner deal. It's actually window holder inner, I guess, but when you cut this too short, because you didn't measure it or anything, you just kind of eyeballed it, then you go and cut your spacer, it's a little too tall. So then, because your storage unit doesn't have power or outlets, I mean, you find some kind of sanding disc, shove it in a drill, and hope for the best you don't take your eyes out. And then you shim that down a little bit, and you sand it down, and now, voila. Sorry if I'm breathing heavy. It's colder than a well digger's ass out here, and my sinuses they don't work like normal humans. So anyway, the point of this whole thing here is so you kind of secure it down in there good enough. But now people can't push your window down and try to steal, I don't know what the hell they would steal, maybe these seat covers or messed up armrest or shit missing left and right, bad headliner, E36 life. So anyway, looks like our window's pretty sturdy now. Let's see if it closes. I got it adjusted beforehand so that it would stay in here and like close to this channel so I don't get any water in, but looks like we're in business. Now that we got the window regulator done, I'm gonna start it up again and we'll see how bad she's smoking. Well, let me find the keys. Alright, so see how bad the smoke is. Here we go. And it's shut off. Shut off again. Come on, auto. Well, hang on. It's not smoking as much as it used to, but it's still smoking, and it just smells terrible when you're next to it. So I don't know what's wrong, but who knows. We're gonna go ahead and pull the spark plugs, look at that, check it out, see what's going on. I'll be back. Before you do your spark plugs, make sure you got your OEM BMW hood prop. And this thing is kind of a piece of crap, but we'll make it better. So now let's get to work. Let's set this thing up somewhere right there. Of course, they probably tightened it with an air impact. So I went looking for the damn ratchet and I'm losing my mind. It's sitting right here. Anyway, back to work. Oh, good grief. Oh God, that one's stripped in the engine bay. Why do people have the need to crank these down like the freaking life depends on it. I have no idea, but here we are. I need a better spot for this camera. See if we can get it to come out of the head. And we'll have to get creative, like with the window. They didn't strip it. It's just so tight. Like, these threads are not stripped. They're just so damn tight. Can't break loose. Okay, so let's loosen the first 3 ignition coils. Get some gloves. Alright. I lost more tools and tripped over stuff and all that, so let's get back to work. Come on, just work. Just come on out of there. There we go. Damn, got some pretty, there goes that. Pretty new NGK coils that I just lost a little spring out of, so yay. See if I can find that spring underneath it. Well, it's not under the car, so it's somewhere in the hello grounds of engine bay, so we'll just ignore that part. Alright, back at it. Let's see what we got. I always loosen the spark plugs about halfway with my hand, and then I use like a small impact. This one's not too bad, but it's got some, I guess that's oil around it. Let's look at number 2. Number 2 is about the same. Let me find a light. Look down in the cylinder hole. Well, let's just use this. They don't look too bad. So I'm not gonna film any more of this. I'm just gonna go through them and look. If I find something crazy, then I'll come back and show you guys. All right, so I got the plugs out. And the coils, didn't find anything crazy. So I don't know if the smoking could be like the head gasket, or the oil separator could be bad. I don't know. I'll have to do some more diagnostics. I'm just trying to kind of see the basic things now, and try to figure out what, which route to go. I already know I got to get the intake boots, the window regulator, the So we'll do it a little bit at a time and get it going. Next time I'll probably do some more head gasket diagnosing, see if I can figure that out, if it's the head gasket, and you know, just general diagnostics, see if it's that, or oil separator, or, you know, just see why it was smoking. Got to work on getting it to idle a little more, shut off a few times. So I don't know, it could be those boots. I may need to adjust that throttle cable a little more, or maybe replace it. I have a brand new one somewhere, I just don't know where it's at. I gotta find it. And that's about it. Probably call it a night. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. See you in the next one.